For my selected media, I decided to choose the show Friends, and specifically the episode, the one with Chandler's dad. So a lot of people have seen, or at the very least heard, about this popular show, but to give a little background, the show started in 1994, and this particular episode aired in 2001. It's a sitcom about a group of 6 friends who are white, relatively wealthy, and 20-something. They're all living in New York City and going about their lives, and it documents the funny and outrageous things that happen to them in their work, love, and personal lives. To set up the episode, there's been quite the ongoing joke in the show about Chandler's childhood and having his father be a drag queen. This is always the butt of a joke, and there's have been other transphobic undertones in the show because of this joke and just other little things with the cast. I think it's really compelling to talk about Friends because of its continued popularity, not just when it aired, but now it's still popular today. Most shows diminish after a while, but Friends has continued to be popular within our generation and the one past it, despite it being an older show. And now with the talk of a Friends reunion, it's becoming even more relevant once again. Friends is iconic and arguably really problematic to a lot of communities. There are a lot of arguments on both sides saying that Friends was transphobic, homophobic, sexist, and so on. And there are also arguments saying that it was really progressive for its time, even discussing gender politics, talking about toxic masculinity, having a trans character, and also a happy couple that was lesbians. This was all rare for its time, so that's the argument that it was progressive, even though some of these aspects had problems to them as well. There were other problems as well, such as having a very white cast. There was not a lot of racial diversity at all. But with the episode I choose, we're going to focus on the show portraying a trans woman. And to be clear, the show also never specifies if Helena is a trans woman or a crossdresser or just the drag queen or what her preferred pronouns are. But it seems that she is a female and that's how she's living her life. And it's not just during the drag performances. So for this sake, right now, I'll be referring to Helena as she. And that is what a lot of other writings and other people have been doing as I read up on it. So I'm just going to be doing that for argument's sake. So when watching these episodes, there are obviously a lot of problematic things about how they talk about and portray Helena. For example, there's a continuous joke about Monica using the right pronouns, and she uses the wrong ones a lot. But there are also some good things, such as Monica reminding Chandler that even though Helena may have embarrassed him personally when he was a child, that she was there at least cheering him on at all of the swim meets, which is good parenting. We should keep in mind that at the time when this aired, this stuff wasn't even really discussed, so Friends did kind of put them out there at least. This reminded me the week we discussed New Queer Cinema, when these things were first being talked about, all these issues and having a more diverse cast and a diverse media. When things were first being discussed and brought into light, it was usually really not in a good, actual representative way. And we could consider Friends a show that does fall under this. So they're one of the first ones to kind of bring some of these into mainstream media and got them talked about. And a lot of the times it was the butt of a joke, and these things weren't really considered normal or good, and kind of used for more the humor undertones, but they were still being talked about and they were at the table. So that's kind of the two arguments about how Friends portrayed these people. So the questions I'm going to leave you with is this. So looking at this episode and thinking about everything from the New Queer Cinema Week, is this representation of a trans woman good for the time period? Or should they have kept out that storyline completely because it is offensive? The second question is, in what ways would they be able to address and hopefully fix this flawed storyline in the Friends reunion if they were to address it? And after watching the episode and doing the readings, would you consider Friends a progressive or problematic show? So I hope you all think about these answers a lot because I don't have the answers to really any of them. And I can't wait to hear what you guys think.